Welcome back, folks, to Let's Overthink Final Fantasy X with Beth of Fake Geek Girls Game. That's me. As you may recall, last time we went for a lovely, relaxing stroll up the Mushroom Rock Road to a unlovely, unrelaxing conversation about dead brothers/boyfriends and the means by which they came to be dead. It was that kind of day, and it's unfortunately only going to get more so for our heroes, as we're at the site of that operation that has been so much mentioned that caused everybody participating in it to be excommunicated who was not already so by default. But on the bright side, they have cannon. Waka does not approve of cannon. Waka prefers Fanon. Thanks, I'll be here all week. Waka also apparently approves of trying to kick metal objects while wearing sandals. Waka is not that bright, and his approval should not be taken as an objective statement of value.
He fought with an Albed Machina weapon instead. That's got nothing to do with it.
Sure it doesn't.
I just hate these sacrilegious contraptions.
Sure it doesn't. You've never seen one before. You wouldn't hate it this badly if you didn't have an emotional reason. There's going to be a lot of Waka's emotional reasons as we come forward. I will be the one to finish Sin off, says that fella. Well, here's hoping. As you may have noticed, we're not nearly far enough into the game for that to be the case, although it would be an interesting plot twist. Like, the big bad dies 10 hours in of somebody other than the heroes, and now they're like, well, that was a thing that happened. Everyone is very busy, if ununiformed, and in some cases not wearing pants for no particular reason that anyone can grasp. We saw Luzu and Gata with this carriage full of giant bug earlier, and now it is going to a giant bug cage where it can hang out with all of its giant bug friends. They'll just be over there where I don't have to think too hard about how many legs they have.
Won't work anyway.
Don't say that. It might be a hopeless campaign, and it might mean defying Yevon.
Foreshadowing.
The Crusaders and the Albed, they're doing their best to defeat Sin. They want to rid Spira of Sin forever. And that's just what we want too, isn't it? Isn't it?
You can't win arguments with Yuna.
All right.
You either lose outright,
But I still think Mackinac
or
bad
you
news.
win,
They're forbidden
and
for
she
a
gives you the
reason.
look. Yeah, Waka, what is that reason exactly?
There you are. The command center is that way. Maester Keenock is also there.
Maester Keenock too?
Yes.
For
Hurry, my lord.
a campaign that got everybody in it kicked out of their religion, it sure has a lot of high religious figures hanging around it. Come on, man, talk to me. Talk to me. We're inspecting the weapons right now. Oh god, these two. Come on, swing like a man. Do you want to avenge your sister or don't you? I'm gonna beat Sin! I'm gonna beat it! I'm gonna beat it no matter what! Thanks, dude. Child soldiers. Great. Oh, hey. Our survey said we should keep Gata alive, so here we get to see him being glum and unaware that I'm about to save his life.
Of course not. I came here to fight Sin, but they stick me
Welcome
here.
to the world of support staff. Somebody's got to do it.
Prove yourself.
Huh?
First, you must complete the tasks you are given.
Do your job, kid.
Just doing what they say, it just won't be enough. You'd think the same if you were me.
Well, maybe I would and maybe I won't.
Something, even if it means bending the rules.
But the comments have spoken.
I've got to show Luzu what I can do. I've got to show Luzu what I can do.
Got to know. And in fact, no, he will stay back at the command center and survive. Whether that counts as showing Luzu anything under the circs.
I had heard from
What?
Seymour, but I
What?
didn't know if he
Auron
actually
does not
did.
hug. What is this?
Good to see you, Auron.
What is this madness?
That's when Keenock, one of the four maesters of Yevon.
Since nobody else in this universe appears to have a first and last name, I have always interpreted Wen as being a title of some kind
Your command, sir.
in a desperate bid for consistency.
Dismissed.
Sir.
I mean, I guess the only people who have
Where have you
two
been the
names
last
have a
10 years?
species or race. I don't
We
know.
have time for
Species
this
name.
now, do we?
This plan won't work. You know that. We'll just let them dream a little longer.
What?
Lord Keenock.
Oh, yes. Proceed.
That Keenock a maester?
I heard that, Auron. A lot has happened the last 10 years. What were you doing and where?
Fulfilling a promise I made to a friend. I still am.
This whole exchange shows in a very
Just tell me
vivid
one
way
thing.
how Auron and
You
Keenock
seen
have
Xanarkand?
history together that we don't see again until quite far along.
I kinda think we don't
But
belong
that
here.
in contrast to how he reacts to Seymour, Auron gives Keenock some kind of answer anyway to where he's been and what he's been doing. Remember with Seymour he was just like, that's none of your business and I don't have to tell you. With Keenock he's like, haha, if only you knew about how much of Xanarkand I have seen. It's pretty fascinating because Keenock is in no way a good person. Like, that's perfectly clear already. He feels certain that this operation isn't going to succeed, but he's still letting it go forward, even encouraging it. We have the ancient Machina. The operation will succeed. Our Machina will prove that Yevon's teachings are not the way. Well, that is the dream, isn't it? To prove that there is another way and that you're not bad people causing all that is evil in the world. Anyway, while all this is going on, if you take 10-2 to be co-canon with this, Keenock is setting up a whole bunch of Crimson Squad candidates to be horribly killed.
Anything could happen.
So, you know, not a nice guy, but he likes Auron, and Auron has this attitude of, I like you even though I'm not at all sure why at this point.
Are you ready?
He's that one friend, you know, that you've been friends with even though they turned out to be an asshole, but you can't quite stop.
Will sin come?
Sin always returns for its spawn. To make sure, we're going to encourage them to call out to it.
You won't have to. It'll come.
I remembered Auron telling me. Sin is my old man. Sin is Jecht.
Mm-hmm. So he will come. But first, we will flashback. Oh, no. First we will be attacked by things. First, the monsters will escape naturally because you put them all in a thing and electrocuted them, and now they're some kind of horrible creature. Well done. Well fucking done. No one could have anticipated this. Fortunately, we're here and we are thoroughly prepared. Now these guys, these arms close across the front if you try to attack the front directly. Damn it, almost had it. If you get all three of them to match, it hits all enemies. Otherwise, it only hits one. So that was not impressive, but it's what I'll have for Waka for a while. Let's see how well I remember this. I used to be able to go faster, but I'm trying to look good in front of you guys by not messing up the sequence and having to do it over. I'll get used to it. Now when it says the head is moving suspiciously, it's getting prepared to spit poison at you. So you have to attack it with either Waka or Lulu before then. And just attacking it will make the head not cancel that attack. Ow, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Fortunately, we have a healer. Yay, healer. Alright, Tidus, before you actually do anything, we're going to have you haste up Yuna, because having the healer able to move faster is never a bad thing. Really isn't. And then Kamari's overdrive options are currently as follows, so we'll Fire Breath, which hits both targets, since we need to get rid of the head as well. It doesn't have any elemental weaknesses, so fire is as good as anything. And I'm still no good at this. Wow, that was really terrible for me. I'm not entirely sure what happened. Like, I'm no good at that, but I'm usually better than that. The head is moving suspiciously. You never really want to have Lulu and Waka in the active party at the same time if you can avoid it, because you're unlikely to have much time between the head is moving suspiciously and everything goes to shit. So you need to be able to have somebody switch out straight away. You're gonna heal up. And Auron come in here and start working on getting rid of the arms again. Awesome, he learned Warrior. I can't set it for the rest of this battle, but going forward, that means that, like Tidus, he'll be able to charge his overdrive whenever he hits something instead of whenever something hits him, which is distinctly preferable for a physical attacker. Demi is very obnoxious since it does damage based on your max HP, or your current HP, sorry. But because it's based on current HP, it's a quarter or thereabouts. You can't actually die of it. I mean, you can die of plenty of other things, but you can't die of that. Now let's just unleash hell. The power of a summoner makes this battle go much more quickly, especially if you've buffed Valefor up the way I have with her second overdrive. And of course with Grand Summon. Valefor is better than Ifrit both because Energy Blast makes her overdrive stronger than his, and also because she's faster. Faster and better at evading attacks, both of which are very important because after you do your overdrive, you're out of it for like 3 turns. Alright, that takes out the head for good. See, there. If I want Valefor to be able to do the second overdrive, She needs to live long enough. Fortunately, she did. And I got an overkill. That is awesome, because overkill always boosts your rewards, and overkilling a boss therefore boosts your rewards extra. Just when you really need giant amounts of reward. Yay, we defeated that! That's great! Oh, right. It wasn't about that one little monster at all, was it? No. It really was not. It was about this immense thing that's filling up the entire bay and rising up out of mist, looking horrible and also covered in eyes. Alright, so the cannons are basically to attempt to hold it at bay to give the big gun time to power up and do its thing. Unfortunately, shooting it means you need the you knock the sin scales off of it, which is what the Chocobo Knights are for. Cavalry charge!
Look out!
Something's happening up there, but we're a little distracted as Sin raises its shields and just kind of blasts the hell out of everybody on that beach. Looking at that, it's not surprising that only 3 people and 1 chocobo survived. It's surprising that anybody lived. Like, that looked straight up nuclear. And no doubt was meant to. Which is a very powerful set of imagery in Japan for obvious reasons, and for equally obvious reasons, very, very different from how that imagery resonates in American culture and the American psyche, of which they speak so much. And then there's this guy, who's just kind of holding the monster.
Stand back, Lady Una.
Yes.
She says, completely failing to stand back in any way. This guy only has half the stats of the previous one on each segment. But here we have Seymour, who has some white magic. And black magic, including 2nd level. So we'll start by taking out the head, so you don't even have to deal with that. Yeah, Seymour can really carry this entire fight. I could have Yuna summon Ifrit, whose overdrive is all charged up, but there doesn't seem to really be a reason to. Seymour may be awful, but he does have this under control. I'm not sure what his overdrive would be. I assume you can get him to it, although he's in stoic, so it would take hanging around not doing anything until he got hit a lot. Therefore, I am not going to bother trying. That is just way more effort than I'm willing to expend. It's probably Grand Summon, although he cannot summon as this playable character, even though we've seen him summon, and he is a summoner. You know, he should have a full suite since Anima is his final Aeon. He should have access to all of the summons, except for the other special or hidden summons. You know what, let's see what his physical attack looks like. 274. Not up with any of the hitters, but a lot better than you'd expect from a caster. Something I never occurred to me to do, unfortunately, is to see if I can change his equipment in the middle of the battle. No, yes, that's what I want him to do. Menus. They are the bane of my existence, but still preferable to not having menus. Right. Now it's properly dead. And the game tries to give us the impression that Seymour might be joining the party for realsies, and I get a whole bunch of level 1 key spheres and a weapon for Waka.
The others.
They're fine, Yuna. They're fine. Well, fine-ish. At least your party members are fine. Everybody else is, less fine. Press button for boom. That is a pretty impressive amount of gun. Seymour's whole chest and stomach region does not make much more sense in HD. I'm giving it all she's got, Captain. And are they going to make it? Are they going to? No. They are not. They came so close. But unfortunately, Sin got a hit in first. And here we are again. Waking up on beaches. Could do with a lot less waking up on strange beaches. It's just not as much fun as the movies make it out to be. Just to hurt us all more, I'm gonna look at all the corpses. You're welcome.
What's going on? Why? What's going on?
If you don't save Gata, if you tell him to go fight, this is where you find his corpse. Instead of him screaming, you find his body that falls over when you touch it. And Sin just turns to leave. Its work here is done.
Don't you run away from me!
Tidus just runs after the giant world-killing god whale. Because that's... why not?
Everyone, stand back. I'll summon.
You won't hurt it.
Seymour, stop negging Yuna.
Your powers are still too weak.
Seriously, stop that. It doesn't... it's not cool and does not work. Also, she's trying to ignore you. She's going to summon. I've still got an overdrive left on Ifrit. There's no need to get yelly, Seymour. Anyone would think you didn't want Yuna to try to defeat Sin here and now. Meanwhile, Tidus just tries to swim after it, without any clear idea in his mind of what he would do if he caught it. Kind of like a dog chasing a car in a way, except much larger than a car.
What I was thinking when I ran after Sin that day.
Yeah, I noticed.
Before I knew what I was doing, there I was, chasing him down like a thief at market.
A thief at the
Maybe I
underwater
was angry.
market.
Maybe I wanted to go home. I kept thinking of Xanarkand and my old man.
And now we get that flashback. Or flash sideways. Very much sideways, because here we get to see both inside Sin and some other dimensional plane as the ghosts of all the people who died wander through it on their way to wherever it is people go. The far plane, one assumes. And there's Luzu. Bye, Luzu. We saved Gata for you. And there's the one person who's completely solid. No, I'm not allowed to go here yet? Okay. Yeah, okay, hit me in the face with a blitz ball, why don't you? Rude and impolite. And now instead of it being the Crystal Forest, it's Xanarkand.
Say you don't practice anymore. That you're gonna retire.
Let them talk. I'm still the best.
They say you're no good because you drink all the time.
But still with the ghosts walking through it.
Then do it now.
What did you say?
You just said you can't.
Tomorrow, maybe.
You also have some limited camera control in this.
Why do today what you can leave for tomorrow?
Jacked.
There he goes again, crying.
Jacked, you were a terrible father. At least you eventually acknowledged and fought against your alcoholism, just not when it would have done any good.
I thought I sensed my old man there. Somewhere. Or maybe it was just Sin's toxin playing tricks on my mind.
But is Sin's toxin really a thing? We don't know. I don't think it lies to you. I think the trouble is that it tells an impossible truth. Also that it's really trippy.
How many died today?
Many.
People die and Yuna dances. When will she stop dancing?
Lucille did say
Stop.
that they would appreciate if she would agree to perform
Yuna
this
won't
ending.
stop dancing. Not until Sin is gone. Those were my thoughts then. I think.
I see you're still here.
Hi, other dad. Better
Many
dad.
stories ended here today. But yours goes on, I see.
What?
It's his favorite metaphor.
Sin had come and gone, but I remained here.
And on that note, Tidus' story will go on next time. Thanks for watching, folks.